Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, people. The latest episode of Don't At Me with Alex and Michael live from Studio A in Beverly Hills. Sorry about the levels, people. Don't worry. We got them adjusted.
Y'all miss it. We ain't did it in a while.
Man, we're sounding crispy. It's the holiday time, spreading the cheer.
Oh, yeah.
We got the custom-made merch, the first line of St. Angel.
Hey, don't at me on this. The greatest NBA picture of all time.
And also the hardest edit by yours truly. And we're celebrating the holiday season. I'm rocking right now the Many Saints of Hanukkah, the Hebrew Hammer shirt for those who tuned into Comedy Central back in the day.
Who you should have had on that shirt is my guy who is hooping with the yarmulke. It doesn't move.
Yeshiva!
Hey, he is dunking on guys. Thanks for sending me that video because I was like, how does the hat staying on?
The yarmulke powers, baby. It's what we do.
Man.
But you know who else has powers right now?
Let's hear it.
Mac Jones of the new England Patriots. Finally, I get to go on this rant. You, all of you talked crap about Mac Jones, talked crap about the New England Patriots going into this year. And on the first episode of our show for this season, I said that the Pats were going to be a 10-plus win team. You laughed. Producer E laughed. Courtside Radio laughed. The state of California laughed. Everyone outside of New England laughed. But I'm here to tell you, we started 2-4, and now where are we? Atop the AFC, 9-4, tied with the Tennessee Titans, who are head coached by one-time Patriot great Mike Vrabel. That being said,
former Chief.
Who do you win with? Yeah, that's what I thought. Bill Belichick has proved his case as coach of the year, doing it again. We are seeing what the Pats did in 2001 all over again. An emphasis on grindhouse football. Run the ball down their throat. Win with the defense.
Yep.
Win games by any means necessary. And the only difference is thus far, we've seen more of the playbook open up for Mac Jones' skill set, which is also throwing the football, believe it or not, contrary to what people saw against that monster win against Buffalo. Yes, I said monster.
He did it in Bama because that game he only threw 4 more passes than we did.
Of us, right?
It's crazy.
Look, the Patriots are back. We are seeing the next era of Patriot football. Darth Belichick secured his Sith Emperor coming into the draft. San Francisco
he found his
new
apprentice, huh?
You guys took Trey Lance. You guys should have learned from the lessons of Belichick, considering you guys already took Jimmy Garoppolo, to take a guy that the Pats might want. Mac Jones was the right fit for a lot of teams. He landed with the perfect team, and the New England Patriots, don't at me on this one, are going to be in this year's Super Bowl. The New England Patriots, led by the best defensive coach ever, arguably the best coach ever in pro sports in the U.S., is going to lead this team along with his rookie quarterback to the Super Bowl, and teams are going to eat their damn words.
No.
You're going to quote Rob Parker? Go ahead.
I'm not going to say no. I'm going to say no. I have to give them love first. So I'm going to give your Pats some love.
Get the flowers up. Come on.
They won 7 straight games. They have really surprised me, just like they surprised a lot of people in America. No one expected this team to be this good. I thought that they could scrape 8 to 9 games, but for them to already be at 9 wins, very impressive. Darth Belichick with his, we're going to play great defense, and we're going to run this ball to make the game easy. Like you said, it looks a lot like 0-1, but the only difference is the league has changed. You know what I'm saying? You were able to win a Super Bowl that way. You're not going to be able to beat some of these top quarterbacks playing that style of football, because eventually it's going to be on Mac Jones and those weapons at receiver and tight end. What can you guys do? So I don't know. I don't know what they can do. The Colts game is going to be a big test because it's going to be a really good defense, and you got Carson Wentz. Then that game versus Buffalo, the rematch is going to be much better because it's not going to be 100 million miles per hour wind to make it to where you don't even want to throw the football. So we still have a lot to learn about them. But I will say this. Don't at me on this one, guys. I think that the 2 perennial teams in the AFC at the end are going to be your New England Patriots and my Kansas City Chiefs.
No. I mean, probably yes. But now we actually have to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs. So let's get this, spiel over with.
Okay.
Look, the Chiefs, from my end and my perspective, have been impressive in terms of the defense.
Yes.
And everyone not named Patrick Mahomes stepping up. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Let's get the stats out real quick.
Let me see. I'm ready for this.
Some people say, let's get the little black book going, right?
Usually it's some different things in those type of black books.
We're not. I'm not Jeffrey Epstein, who did not hang himself. America, let's not forget that.
That's deep.
So, other than one damn game where Patrick Mahomes decided to show up and play as old Mahomes, which really is just like Patrick Mahomes still, because it's not that much of a difference in age.
Yeah.
That 406 and 5 touchdown game against the Raiders. The game before that, against Green Bay's backup quarterback, whose mom had to sit all the way at the top of the stands, and the camera had to zoom in like 15 times, right?
I was disrespectful.
In that game, he threw 190 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. They won by 1 touchdown's worth of points against the backup quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. The game after the Oakland game, where Patrick Mahomes decided to show himself again.
Okay.
Against Dallas. 216 with 2 interceptions. The reason the Chiefs are good is not because of Mahomes. It's because the defense has stepped up. It's because everyone else is playing and doing their damn job. You know what? Let me go a step further.
Okay.
The Kansas City Chiefs are going to sputter in the postseason if Patrick Mahomes does not decide to play the damn game the way that he's shown us. You know something?
Yeah.
He's had more stories talked about with his girlfriend or fiance at this point on the sidelines doing nonsense, and also being on Twitter and saying nonsense during the game. Then he has his brother
Brittany's
making,
nice, man.
Then he has his brother making stupid TikTok videos. Tell those 2 idiots to stay at home, watch the game.
Jackson.
I'm sorry, not idiots, but 2
back,
distractions.
Jackson.
2 distractions to stay at home and leave you alone. Allow you to go on the field and play the damn game the way you've shown us. Don't shortchange us. Don't make us think that this team has something else wrong with it. You can go and blame all the injuries, everything you've liked. You can also bring up Spagnuolo, who's done a great job with the defense.
Okay.
At the end of the day, the only reason why the Kansas City Chiefs would win another Super Bowl is because Patrick Mahomes actually shows the hell up. And if he continues playing at the subpar adequate level that they've somehow managed to win with thus far, because the defense and everyone else has stepped up, they are going to lose in the postseason. And don't at me on that one. It's very evident that Pat Mahomes is not playing the way that he should be.
Himes. I gotta give you some love, because you did bring up Spags, and he's doing an amazing job. He's doing a great job with a defense who was giving up like 30 a game to now they're only giving up probably like 11, 12 points a game, which is amazing. But a lot of that occurred because just health. You got guys like Willie Gay came back and he's playing amazing. Juan Thornhill took the spot of Daniel Sorensen. He's playing amazing, making Sorensen back to the third safety. Chris Jones, who was playing out of position at the DN, gets to slide inside because they signed Melvin Ingram, and the defense is playing amazing. Frank Clark, you get love because he's playing healthy. Nick Bolton, Anthony Hitchens, the defense is playing amazing. You have to give them all the credit and love, but you have to also score, and Mahomes is finding a way to do it. Do you know that Patrick Mahomes that you're talking about is top 5 when it comes to yards? Do you know that
who's leading the league in yards?
Mahomes,
you know who's leading the league in yards?
My
Derek
turn.
Carr.
I know, but there's a difference, and we're going to get to that.
Not much.
Do you know who's top 5 in the league in quarterback passes thrown? Patrick Mahomes. And you mentioned Derek Carr, who he just embarrassed 2 games this season. Something that you don't talk about that we always talk about with Mr. Brady. Mr. Brady early on didn't have all the numbers, the glitz and glamour, but he had the big what Jameis eats.
Wins?
W's.
Oh,
he
wins.
has the W's, the wins. That's what matters. And Patrick Mahomes went from 3-4 to 6 straight wins to now they're tied atop the AFC with your Patriots and
the Titans.
Some other team that's going to fall apart because they don't have their star player. So I don't believe it. But I just think that Patrick Mahomes is going to figure it out. The run game is playing much better. Shout out to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Darrell Williams. A guy, if you wink a little bit, might look like Frank Gore, but his name is Derek Gore. The Chiefs are just putting it together. You don't win a Super Bowl by just having a great offense. Hey, the Chiefs are going to be all right. And don't at me on this one. It's probably going to be your Pats versus my Chiefs AFC Championship.
So
I can't wait.
That's a we, right?
Yeah.
So you know what I got to say about that?
Let me hear what you guys say.
We gonna be all right.
Hey,
we gonna be all right. That's how we do it at Don't At Me,
I
baby.
can't wait. That's going to be lovely.
Ooh, but now we got to talk about the teams that aren't all right, and that is the Ravens, who have had their wings plucked,
Yes.
and also The fifth fall of the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Wah, wah,
I guess those
wah.
Buffaloes are Wingstop.
Between Baltimore and Buffalo.
Okay.
Which of those two teams secures their spot in the postseason, keeps it together, and gets something going in these last couple of games?
So the team I'm going to go with is the team out in New York. Shout out to Griselda, Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, Westside
Griselda,
Gun.
baby.
Great artists from Buffalo, and they rep their team, Bills Mafia. I think that they're going to get in just because of the division. I think that they get another matchup with the Pats, so let's see what happens there. It's not going to be a crazy win. Then you got to play, I believe, like the Jets and Dolphins to end the season. Compared to what the Ravens have to deal with all their injuries, they're going to have to go against a Browns team who's trying to put something together. The Bengals team who can look like Hulk, and then next time they look like Dr. Banner.
2 wins against the Ravens?
Yeah.
The Bengals.
So, and then even the Steelers at 6-6-1 has a chance because the Ravens are only 8-5. You have the Bengals at 7-6, the Browns at 7-6 that are right there. I just trust Buffalo more, man. I think that Josh Allen is playing with a little bit more healthier guys. Run the damn ball. Run the ball.
Watch that phrase because they might just have Josh Allen running more.
But run it with your running backs, Singletary, Zach Moss, whoever you can hand it off to just to keep the defense honest, and you have a good chance. So I'm going to go with Buffalo. I think the Ravens, too many injuries. Lamar, people are blitzing with their corners, and it's just looking tough for those guys.
Look, at the beginning of the year when we talked about this, I would have thought that Baltimore, even with the injuries I said, would have been high up going into the postseason, right? But given where they stand, look, we're seeing 2 different trajectories. Baltimore is dealing with all the depleted secondary. A lot of their offensive weapons are also now depleted due to injuries.
Yes.
And more so, they're having to deal with now Lamar. Even if it isn't a terrible injury, it's still an ankle injury at the end of the season when you're trying to secure and keep your spot as a whole, right? Versus Buffalo, whom, sure, has been struggling. Really doesn't have a defined running back outside of Josh Allen, which is kind of
Thurman Thomas, where are you?
Yeah, right. Let's get everyone out of retirement. Do what LeBron does with every team he goes to. Call
OJ
everyone
Simpson.
and get him in. All right, I'm going to delete that part. That being said, look, Buffalo has the better chance here. They're coming off of a really tough win loss against Jesus Christ.
Tampa Bay.
Buffalo is going to have a better chance to get in. They're coming off a really tough loss against the Bucs, but what did we see in that game? They were down big. They clawed back and got to overtime. Even though they took an L, it showed a lot of promise. They
dealt with the Brady and his refs with a tough pass interference that could have won them the game.
Deflate this, baby. That being said, look, the Bills overall have a better outlook. The schedule is stronger in their favor. They're having much more of their team together. The cohesion's there. A lot of what we saw, what they could do against Tampa Bay will shine out against other teams versus what I think is going to happen with the Ravens, where even if Lamar comes back, the hell is he going to throw to? Yeah. Is he just going to be running the entire game?
They got the Packers coming up.
All we're going to see is Lamar basically throw a Hail Mary at the end of the game and run to the end zone and try and catch it himself. That's what it's basically come to.
And did you receive the call?
You did too?
Yeah, I got a call, and they said, we need DBs. We saw Don't At Me. You guys look like some fit fellows, and they might want us to play, man.
Damn, man, this merch is making us look big. That's why you got to stay tuned and check out Saint Angel Laurent's own line. Damn, I'm just making up words as I go along. You got to check out the own line by Don't At Me, baby. This is where it starts and where it begins.
So, hey, be ready for that contract, man.
All right, so we both agree that it's going to be the Bills.
Bills, yes.
All right,
I got Bills.
Now we got to move over to the other side of the coast.
I call it the dark side, NFC,
the dark
baby.
side.
Yeah.
Of all the teams right now, we have a lot of movement. You know, with the Cardinals losing, things are changing form, and now the Packers are atop again, tied, right? What do you foresee in this conference? Who do you think is coming out?
Man, a lot of teams look out. Those Packers, you know, they've been in the conference finals 2 years and took
I want to
L's.
emphasize, Michael said Packers.
No, yeah. So the Packers, you have to look at them. You have the Cowboys, who, man, that Micah Parsons is very amazing. He might be he might be LT light, man. That's how great he looks, which is crazy. Mr. Tom Brady in Tampa Bay, it seems like things are just going right. Shout out to Leonard Fournette, making my fantasy team look great. And then you have that NFC West division with the Cardinals, with the Rams, and with the 49ers. Hell, Seattle can sneak in the playoffs as a 17. They're right there.
No, we're
not doing that? Okay.
No.
But I just think that it's going to come down to one of 3 teams. Tampa Bay, Green Bay, and the top team from the NFC West. I love the Cowboys, but the offense is kind of falling off from where they started at. And I have to see Dak do it in the playoffs. But, man, those Rams, they have talent over there. And then you have a Niners team who's like, we've been to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. We know what it takes. So those are the three teams. Packers, NFC West title team, and you can't count out Brady.
49er fans, your team's chump change, and it's not going in the postseason.
Sorry,
Let me make that very clear.
Sorry,
Producer E, if he were here right now, would go on one of the best rants that you've ever heard, but I just want to make it clear, especially because he's not in the
It's a lot of
studio and can't
fluff.
kill me. Producer E, your team is hog water, dog water, holy water, nada. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
Let's get that out of the way.
that?
I'm putting all my stock in my fantasy running back, Aaron Jones, and the Green Bay Packers.
Wow.
And the guy I'm going to have to go up against in Cooper Kupp with the LA Rams. Those
Okay.
are my two teams.
No time? No terrific time?
I want to, but I look, man.
I just
you
had to
really
ask.
gonna have to make me do this?
No, but I can see it. You know.
Fine. I'm gonna do it. Of those two teams that I just mentioned,
Yeah.
they still have to go through Brady. I've always said you can't count out the Bucks and Tom Brady. So at the end of the day, they're gonna have to go through them to get there.
Yep.
But if I'm gonna have to pick out of those two teams, because I'm not gonna pick Brady and the Bucks, because
Okay.
to me, anytime you have Brady going to the postseason, that's an absolute lock. You cannot say otherwise. You have to say that Tom Brady is going to win. So I'm looking at it as these are the two teams that can give Tom Brady and the Bucks the biggest mess, the biggest problem on the field.
Okay.
But if I'm going to have to pick between those two, I think Green Bay has a better chance of making problems for Tampa Bay than I do think that the Rams have. We've already seen the Rams can flutter. They can sputter. They can do a lot of things like nutter butter and not win a football game.
You got bars.
Come on, baby. You know what I do. White chocolate in the building.
Shady.
All right. And then on the other end, Green Bay has just proven time in and time out that the defense that we said wasn't great at the beginning of the year picked it up. Offensively, they're always locked in. The only question is if Aaron Rodgers is playing or he's not. And most of the time, especially with COVID toe now, he's going to be on the field slinging it to the end zone, getting touchdowns.
Hey, and I like that because Green Bay lost a very close game in last year's NFC Championship. If things go the way that they want it to go, they may have home field again, and they're like, "We want you back, Tom Brady.
Come on.
We want that
Get some
rematch.
cheese. Try and cut some cheese in our stadium. That's what's going on.
So, hey, the NFC is going to be amazing, though.
The one thing I want to pay attention to also is Green Bay has one of the best downhill runners that isn't getting enough credit in A.J. Dillon, but more so, they have a dual threat guy who can catch passes like none other and run downhill as well, find the perfect openings and get into the end zone. And that is Aaron Jones, my fantasy running back. Shout out to you. In a 1 minute stretch, you went from 7 points to 21, secured my win against mixing some greens on fantasy football. Screw you, Garrett. I got the dub, baby.
Hey, shout out to fantasy, man. I was able to secure the top seed in my league. Just a lot of Chiefs on my team. I got Clyde, I got Pat, I got.
Man, that's the only top
kick.
seed your Chiefs are going to be securing this year.
Get out of here.
Don't at me on that one. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to tell you again, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell us what you like. Tell us if you like the merch. If you do, let us know because we'll be starting our official prints very shortly. We got the Many Saints of Hanukkah, the Many Saints of Los Angeles, the Many Saints of Christmas, the Many Saints of Baltimore, New York, and Boston coming very soon to a screen, TV, and clothing shelves near you. He is at Michael the PG. I am at Himes LA. Don't forget to check us out on social medias. We love you. We wish you all a very happy holiday season. Stay safe, stay healthy, and please keep yourselves safe more so than ever if you are in Los Angeles.
Especially in LA area.
I can't stress that enough. With all the robberies and the strings of crimes that are occurring, we want nothing more than to see everyone in the city safe, and hopefully you are safe, healthy, and so is your family.
Yep. Be safe, guys. We love you. Talk to you later.
I do want to point out, though, no one's talked about this. Drake and Kanye sold a Hoover shirt.
No, free Hoover.
A free Hoover shirt.
Which is crazy.
In Los Angeles.
In L.A.
Look, I know not
people in
many
L.A.,
fans,
don't wear that shirt, please.
Look,
if you're African American.
Like, a lot of people in L.A. don't know, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of the mainstream fans going to that. So, as someone that's been on the periphery just learning these things, like, I'm sitting there with you. Remember we were talking about it? Like, you're really going to sell this?
Yeah, like, they're going to say, don't, if you're African American out in LA, don't buy that shirt.
You can't change I feel like you can't change the colors, but if you wear that shirt as is, you should be fine because everyone should know what it's referring to now.
Yeah, but you still have idiots out there who just like, oh, you want to be that bold? I at least gotta test you and see what's going on. So,
dude, it's a benefit shirt. Like that's
Bro,
so dumb to me.
people are bothered because of hats of teams. So you know that
You told me that. Didn't you tell me that like I can't wear a Red Sox cap like the B
No, yeah,
one?
the B, yeah, the B stands for, you know, it's a
Off
gang
camera,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, off camera thing.
yeah.
But yeah. So it's just if you can't wear certain hats, a shirt like that with that color, you just can't do it.
Of all the hats that you could wear in the city of Los Angeles that people wouldn't know, what's
Yeah.
the one hat that you should not wear?
Two hats.
What, like
Yankees
you
hat?
can't wear two hats at the same
No,
time?
Yankees hat. Yeah, you don't do that. You look like an idiot. But a Yankees hat is one of the worst hats to wear, and then a Astros, the one with the H and the star, the orange star, the blue H. Like those two hats are like, don't wear those hats.
Okay, why?
Because of the neighborhood gang, which goes from LA all the way to Long Beach, and then for Hoover Street, Scuba Q and those guys,
Really? You can't?
which goes from the 50s all the way to like 140.
You really can't wear a hat?
Yep, can't wear those hats. So you know, I grew up in those. The Hoover area, you would say, and yeah, it's just like I hung with those guys. The hat's dope. But I just would know if I have that hat by any chance, I'm not wearing this in any part of LA because right away, hey, if you better have a Texas accent.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
You better have
or
a
you
Texas
better have
license.
our New York accent with your New York hat on. If not,
New York.
it's probably a problem.
You know what's a problem?
What's that?
Wearing a Yankees hat, period, because they stink. Ha!
But a Red Sox hat, it goes so deep. Red Sox hat, Phillies hat.
What about Tampa Bay? There can't be anyone that's a Tampa Bay hat.
Tampa Bay Rays hat.
Yeah, no, you
The TB.
are you joking?
No, yeah. Bro, it's the hat game. If you want to be safe, you just wear a black. You don't even wear a blue. You wear a black Dodger cap. Because the blue Dodger cap is associated with a gang, but you can maybe get a pass because
Dude, we're in the freaking city. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
You can't wear a blue. Literally,
But-
the team color
but
blue.
You can wear it if you look like a fan. If you don't look like a fan, there's a
There's a line. There's a distinction.
there's a specific gang that's their they call their area Dodger Stadium because it's like one way in, one way out. You know, so we're giving you facts, street facts.
Wait, hands up, like this. Just watch. Just watch. No, look where the thumbs are,
Yeah.
and then do this. Wait, same time. The more you know. Bang, baby.
Bang. There you go. We gave you some street knowledge.